Hey guys, it's Captain Forest here, and in today's video I'll be going over who I think wins more often than not in an equal stats situation: Endeavor from Myheroacademia versus the Human Torch from Marvel 616 and one of the members of the Fantastic Four. Before I start this video, please leave a like, comment down below, leave your thoughts down in the comment section of course, and if you guys like my content, please consider subscribing. Also, shouts to the Coffee Shop Gang that make awesome content. Their link shall be in the description. Also, shouts to HQ Squad, shouts to Korin, shouts to everyone else. They're a big help, and also shouts to Phoenix. He also helped me with the Human Torch section, so much appreciated to him. Let's get right to meat and potatoes of things. So I'm going to go ahead, start off with Endeavor to see what this hothead brings to the table. So Endeavor's quirk allows him to manipulate fire. He can perform many techniques with his fire and use them in many ways. He's shown great control over his quirk. He can perform a firestorm with great precision. His precision is so keen, he's able to destroy miniature bombs too small for him to even see, which is very impressive. So he's got some good accuracy feats with his flames. Endeavor can also throw explosive fireballs. He can also send his flames through the ground to create an explosion and also erupt from below to also like pressure his opponents, which is very impressive. He can also perform jet burn, which is a technique where he compresses his fire in his fists and shoots out a beam of fire to incinerate you. Endeavor also notes that he charges up his flame's temperature by compressing it in order to deal the finishing blow. In character, he always goes for one shots as his technique is tailored to that. Brilliant Scorching Fist Hell Spider, which is another technique he uses where he shoots out multiple beams of fire from his fingers. He pretty much uses it like strings, which is pretty impressive and pretty cool. He's also used this technique to pretty much slice and vaporize the top of a building in small pieces of rubble. So he can use this to pretty much slice up his opponents. He can also use his like infamous ability, which is like one of my favorite abilities in the show. Pretty much amazing. It's called the Prominence Burn. I think it's called Prominence Burst as well in the anime, but this is an awesome technique he's used where he amps and flexes his heat and basically fires this giant compressed blast of fire which completely vaporizes you. He's also able to do it in the air, and he's also demonstrated to pretty much cause a giant area of effect even in the air too. He can also blanket a large area with flames. Endeavor can also create a fire construct such as a fire spear to launch at his opponent. He can also lace his attack with fire to deal more fire damage, and he himself has fire resistance and pain tolerance and willpower. If Endeavor uses his flames too much, he will overheat and it starts to burn him, but he's able to resist it, and he's also able to prevent it from affecting his performance. That's why he's able to keep pushing through. He was also stabbed in the eye by a Normu in his face, and he literally still wanted to keep going. So even when he's like overtaxed and overheated, he's still able to push through and he's able to just ascend and pass through those limits. So that's going to round up Endeavor. Let's move on down the line and talk about the Human Torch to see what this dude blazes into battle. So the Human Torch pretty much has his main ability. He also is able to manipulate fire in many different unique ways, including things but not limited to trapping foes in cages of fire. He can create domes of fire to block out nerve gas, hypnotic circles to knock people unconscious, missiles of fire, so he has some fire constructs such as like buzzsaws for flames. He can generate wheels of flames to overheat foes, heat handcuffs. He can also generate a flaming sword, and he's also demonstrated decent sword fighting prowess. He can make a giant dome of heat to surround the X-Men's mansion, so this just goes to show how massive his AoE and his flame control can reach. He's also able to absorb heat and all kinds up to a nova temperature, which is his pretty much his limit, so that's very impressive. In some cases, if Johnny absorbs too much heat from his opponents, they literally freeze and turn to statues, which is absolutely insane. He also has passive flame auras that burn anyone close by. He also shown fast recovery from his flames being burnt out. For example, when the Hulk literally thunderclaps his flames away, he's able to quickly gather those flames again and flame on back in seconds. His Nova Blasts are absolutely insane. They create massive AoE, and they can burn up all the oxygen to suffocate his opponents. So he has some incapacitation options too. So that's going to round up the Human Torch. I'm going to go ahead and see who would win more often than not, Endeavor or the Human Torch. So both have win cons, they both have their flames, both have their manipulation. So Endeavor, I think if he hits Human Torch a good few times, especially like if he performs like his vaporizing abilities, that could also be useful in combat. He could also incapacitate Human Torch or kill him through physical means. That's also a good win con he could use. The Human Torch has a lot to work with in combat as well. I think the issue here for Endeavor is that the Human Torch just has more variety, more versatility, and more ways to deal with Endeavor's flames, especially in character. Like if the Human Torch goes up against a fire user, the Human Torch will abuse his other abilities to pretty much neutralize other flame users. So if Endeavor shoots like flames like Jet Burn or like Prominent Burst, the Human Torch is just going to absorb that no problem. And the Human Torch, if he gets close to Endeavor and starts absorbing Endeavor's like flames, that could be an issue. He could actually like absorb like the temperature and the heat from Endeavor to the point where he just turns into an ice statue, and Human Torch could just pretty much GG him right there. I think the issue here is that the Human Torch just has way too much versatility, way too many ways to pretty much dispatch of Endeavor, and especially if Endeavor starts to overheat, the Human Torch could also add on to that too. The Human Torch has no problems with heat. He can regulate and control his own heat. He's just a better fire manipulator in combat, as well as just his own powers too. So more often than not, I have to give victory more so to Human Torch, based off his fire manipulation and his tactics and just many ways to deal with Endeavor, which is unfortunate. So I have to give victory to Human Torch. But yes guys, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. And yeah, it's been real. I'll see you guys in the next one.